Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe, and in today's video, we're going to be doing another ranking video for today. We did the ranking last week for the best to worst finales of the modern Walking Dead franchise, of the sequel shows, and now I want to do it for the premieres. So, we've had 5 premieres of the shows. We've had The Ones Who Live, the 2 Dead City premieres, and the 2 Daryl Dixon premieres, and we're actually approaching the Daryl Dixon Season 3 premiere, so I felt like it was a good time to do this before the new season of Daryl Dixon. And we did just recently have another season of Dead City, so figured we would do a massive list here and kind of go, from worst to best. So, obviously, I'll probably do an updated version of all this stuff as well once both of these seasons come to an end, when both of these shows come to an end, I should say. When Season 4 of Daryl ends and Dead City ends, we'll probably revisit this topic and then rank all the premieres, but figured, we're about halfway through the run now, so it kind of makes sense to do this kind of in the now type of thing. Yeah, let's get into this. Now, starting things off with my least favorite premiere of these spin-off shows so far, that's going to go to Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, 201. Easy answer for me. This one was boring. This one is fucking boring. I'm gonna be honest, I really did not expect an episode where Carol returns to be as boring as it was. But it was. It was dull. It was just sitting around at Ash's place. I get what they were trying to do, but it was way too drawn out. Not to mention, the scenes with Carol where they're getting on the plane and you got her and Ash and then the propellers killing the zombies. I'm like, okay, you would not fly, in that scenario then, you know what I mean? The guts and shit would get in that. It was really weird. And Daryl was really minor for a show called Daryl Dixon. Literally, he was only in a few scenes. And he let Janae get away, which I thought was just odd. It was a really strange way to open up a season. I kind of knew right then and there. I was like, all right, season 2 is not going to be as good as season 1. I kind of could tell right away. I was like, oh, yikes, But it wasn't like a bad episode, but it was slow and it was dull. I mean, I will say that. It very much was. Coming in at number 4 is then going to be Dead City 201. Now, this one honestly is it's good, but I felt like it could have been better, is the way I look at it. Seeing where some of these storylines go in retrospect, I will say, it is a good episode, but I do have, in hindsight, I do have things I wish they could have done better. I think Jenny is really annoying. You're not my mother. You're not anything to me. I'm like, fuck you, honestly. Screw off. This chick's protecting you. She took you in for the last year, and that's how you repay her? Seriously, frig off, child. And then, well, not only that, just overall, I felt like the episode kind of set up something that sounded interesting, and then the season kind of didn't go in that interesting of a route, you know what I mean? So it kind of lowers itself a little bit for me. I also think the Bruegel should have been a little bit bigger than just sitting there and not saying anything, you know what I mean? But overall, it was good. I just felt like they slipped up a few times, but it was definitely better than the Book of Carol premiere, for sure. Coming in at number 3 is then going to be The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon 101. Now, I really love this episode. This top 3 here, I really enjoy. Getting to see a whole new location of France, this being our first episode in France. The scenery was incredible. You get a good, I think 10 minutes of just Daryl exploring for those first 10 minutes before you even cut to the intro. I like the burners. I like the addition of them. I like the fights. I thought that was all really good. We got introduced to Isabel and obviously, her folks, the nuns and stuff. Caudron was a good villain this episode. I really enjoyed him. I like that they made the nuns fight. They made them badass in this one, which I thought was good. Killer nuns, as they say. It was cool. It was a really cool thing to see. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Dead City 101. Now, this episode, I gotta say, was a breath of fresh air for the Walking Dead franchise, because besides, 8A of Fear of the Walking Dead, which we don't talk about that, this was the first episode in the sequel era of The Walking Dead, and they did a really good job, I felt. Kind of bringing Negan and Maggie back together, the mission to find Herschel, the intrigue of the Croat, Armstrong being this marshal that's trying to hunt down Negan, the setting, the scenery, the introduction of Croat, getting to see an older Herschel, you know what I mean? very vibrant, very new, very, kind of brand new type of feel. It was a really cool episode in that regard. I liked, like, the walkers falling from the buildings. I liked seeing a lot of that stuff. It was overall a really good time. I really enjoyed it. I had a really good feeling about Dead City after seeing that first episode. I have to say. I was like, okay. Like, I had kind of mid expectations, and then when that episode happened, I was like, damn, this is good. Like, and I truly do. I prefer it over the Daryl Dixon pilot. I felt like this one was just more fun. I felt like there was more stuff going on, and I felt like it was a really good way to start. But obviously, my favorite premiere from the brand new sequel shows, and to be honest, I don't think this is ever getting beat, honestly. I mean, I feel like even with the original Walking Dead show included, you could make a case that this is one of the best premieres of any Walking Dead show, and that is 101 of The Ones Who Live. This one takes all the other ones we just mentioned and completely throws it in the fucking garbage. This shit was fucking good. Like, this one genuinely hyped me up when I watched this one. I felt like I was back in the prime era Walking Dead when I watched this episode. Like, it was good. It was really good. Like, Rick cutting his hand off to get away, then getting caught 2 seconds later, which I hear a lot of people complaining about that, and I'm like, listen, that's the realism of how tragic it is for him. That's how bad it is, That's what I took out of that scene, at least. I never understood the criticism people had for that scene. The budget was fucking incredible this episode. The struggles of Rick trying to get away, and it never fucking works. Okafor, his character, really layered character for just a one episode character. I kind of wish he went on, to be honest. And General Beale's introduction with Rick, it was subtle, but it was good. I don't let the later shit affect that for me. That was a great first scene with him and Rick, Terry O'Quinn and Andrew Lincoln on the same screen. I mean, that's, incredible, absolutely incredible. Those that have watched Lost, like, that's a frickin' gold-mined actor right there, just overall, it was great, you know what I mean? It was a great first episode. Everything worked. The reunion with Rick and Michonne, the hallucinations that he had trying to get back home, and the struggles he had, and the Esteban interactions, and, it was so good. I felt like I was watching a military movie, genuinely, and, like, a really good one at that, too, It was so good. It was so good. I felt like I was, when I first saw that episode, I actually thought The Walking Dead was hitting a second peak, admittedly, which I haven't felt that since, like, season 6, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, it fucking didn't go that way. We're stuck in probably one of the most purgatory spots Walking Dead's ever been at now, but I thought when I saw that premiere episode, I was like, we're hitting a second peak of The Walking Dead. Like, this shit is gonna take off, It didn't, unfortunately, but I really wish it would have. If it would have kept that pace up, I tell you what, they would have. So, everybody was curious on The Walking Dead when The Ones Who Live premiered. I remember everybody was like, whoa, what was that, And then that fucking hype just went right down, unfortunately. So, it is what it is. But that is the best premiere of these spinoffs. I don't even think it's a debate. That's the best one. And it's the one that engaged me the most. So, let me know your thoughts, though. Post your comments down below. What are your least favorite to favorite premieres of the modern day Walking Dead? Let me know. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, guys, make sure to click subscribe and tune up to any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.